Today is a very auspicious day, Disapperance Day of Lokanath Goswami. Our Gurudev wrote his biography, so summary I will remember. In Krishna Lila, he is Lila Manjari, and he is considered to be Mahaprabhu's direct disciple and associate. He appeared in Thalkuri in Bangladesh nowadays, but he came to Navadip. There he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu told him, you go and stay in Vrindavan, because shortly after I will take sannyas and I will also come to Vrindavan. So Lokanath Goswami was feeling great separation, grief and distress by hearing that Mahaprabhu will take sannyas and his head will be shaved and all this. He had no desire to go, but because it was the order of Mahaprabhu and Mahaprabhu also consoled him, so he went, and his uncle Bhugarba Goswami also went together with him as a consolation. Bhugarba Goswami is Prema Manjari in Krishna Lila. So then Lokanath Goswami was doing bhajan in Vrindavan, Brajamandal, but always feeling separation from Mahaprabhu and was desiring to meet him again. And when he heard that Mahaprabhu indeed took sannyas and he went to Puri and from there to South India, he wanted to meet Mahaprabhu there. So from Vrindavan he went to South India, but they missed each other. When he came to South, he came to know from people there that Mahaprabhu is not there anymore. He went to Vrindavan. So again, he immediately started to go to Vrindavan. At that time, it is not like flight or train like this, no, walking. It is maybe 2,000 or something kilometers walking from Vrindavan to South like this. But he was in such prema, so he was walking. Then when he came to Vrindavan, he came to learn that Mahaprabhu was here, yes, but now already he went to Prayag on his way back to Puri. Then again he started to go to Prayag. Then that time Mahaprabhu appeared in his dream and told him to not do this, to not go after him, but he should do bhajan in Vrindavan. So then again he came back to Vrindavan. Then after some time, Rupa Sanatan and Gopal Bhatta Goswami, other Goswami started to come to Vrindavan on the order of Mahaprabhu, and Lokanath Goswami was very happy to get their association. And he was always afraid of getting any prestige, any name and fame, so he told to Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, I give you permission, yes, you should write Chaitanya Charitamrita, but don't mention anything about me. Don't write. And only that is why Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami only mentioned his name. And when in Brajamandal, Lokanath Goswami was going from one place to another doing bhajan, like Goswami, under tree and like this. So one day also, he also came to Kishori Kund when we do Brajamandal Parikrama from Nandagram with tractors. We went to that place, to his place. It is very nice inside the forest. And one that Sarovar is there, lake, sacred lake, Kishori Kund. And there is his place of bhajan. So he was doing bhajan and he had this desire to worship Radha and Krishna in their deity form. The Lord knows the desires of his devotees and feels himself obliged to fulfill them. He thus came personally to give Lokanath a deity, telling him before disappearing that its name was Radha Binod. Lokanath's first reaction was astonishment at seeing the deity. Then he became filled with anxiety at the thought that the Lord himself had just come and gone. But Radha Binod cast his sweet glance on Lokanath and said to him, "We have been living here in this village of Umarao on the banks of Kishore Kund. Some say Kishore Kund, Kishori Kund, but when I remember when we did Brajamanda Parikrama, I heard it is both Kishori, Kishore Kund. Like both, means Radha and Krishna, both names. So I saw your eagerness to serve me and so came here on my own. Who else but me could have brought me to you? Now I'm very hungry, so quickly prepare something for me to eat." When Lokanath heard these words, tears began to flow from his eyes. He quickly started cooking for Radha Binod and then made an offering that the deity ate with great satisfaction. He was like renounced, so he had nothing, but he begged from the village all the articles, rice, vegetables, everything, and he cooked. So you see how Krishna himself brought his own deity to be served by Lokanath Goswami and speaking in the form of deity. Because Lokanath Goswami, how you came? And he said, I brought myself. So then he offered bhoga to them and then he put them to rest. A bed of flowers upon which he placed him, because in forest, fanned him with branches and joyfully massaged his feet. Thenceforward, Lokanath devoted himself to Radha Binod in body, mind, and soul. Lokanath wondered where he would keep his deity, as he was constantly wandering through the land of Braja. Finally, he decided to make a large bag, which he made into Radha Binod's temple. Wearing the bag around his neck, he was able to keep his worshipable deity close to his heart like a necklace. When they saw the affectionate relationship between Lokanath and his lord, the people of Braja were attracted to him and asked if they could build a house for him and Radha Binod. But Lokanath refused. His spirit of renunciation was so strong that he declined to accept anything but what he absolutely needed for the deity's service. And Lokanath Goswami also made this vow, I will not take any disciple, because that will distract me from my bhajan. I will have to think about the welfare of him. So that was his decision. But when Narottam Thakur came to Vrindavan, he was attracted to Lokanath Goswami and he decided, he also made a vow, I will take initiation only from him, from no one else. But Lokanath Goswami refused him. He said no. Then Narottam Thakur, although he was a son of a king, but after getting that Krishna Prema in Padma River, then he was totally changed. Of course, he is also Champak Manjari, but doing pastime as a sadhaka. When one receives the blessing of Nityananda and Gauranga and gets that prem, then this will happen. he left his house and all luxuries and everything and walking towards Vrindavan. And he decided that he will do the service of his Gurudev. So in the night time, he went there where Lokanath Goswami used to do his bodily functions, means evacuating, stool, all these things. Previously, they used to do in forest. There was no bathroom arrangement like this. So he went there and he was cleaning every night with broom, and he kept it very clean. And he also prepared some sand by which Lokanath Goswami could wash his hand. Because with water and sand, if you wash, then everything is very clean. No need of soap. That is more, even better. In our Mayapur still, we are using, when washing plates, even if it is very greasy, means oily, but if you put some of that like sand or that ash also, and with water, and if you clean, it will clean very good, better than soap. So with earth. So Lokanath Goswami, he saw it, that means he noticed it in the morning that someone is doing this, but he could not know who is. So one day he decided, I will go during the night, I will chant Harinam, and I will wait for that person who is doing. So when Narottam Thakur came to clean, then Lokanath Goswami asked, who are you? He said, I am Narottam. Then Lokanath Goswami asked, why you are doing this dirty job? You are son of a king. Why you are doing this? Then Narottam said, to get your grace. He was crying. Then Lokanath Goswami's heart melted and he gave him mantra. So they are showing by their example that through service we can get the grace. Not by demanding or this, but we have to surrender and with service attitude. Krishna also told in Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanena statadarshina. One should approach Guru with surrender, pranipat, pariprashna, sincere inquiry for eternal welfare, and with serving mood. He should bring all the articles for yagya and everything, and such a realized soul can impart that knowledge to a surrendered soul. So he gave him mantra. He was his only disciple, no any other. Like Prabhupada to Gorkishore Das Babaji, similar thing happened. So he then after some time, Lokanath Goswami ordered Narottam Thakur, when he saw his character, that he has some good manners from before and he can deal nicely with people and like this, so he sent him back to his own hometown, Keturi, and to preach all over Bengal Krishna Bhakti. He sent him. So we should not judge a guru by how many disciples he has. Here we see Lokanath Goswami had only one disciple, but he is a pure devotee. Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj also had only one disciple, but he is a pure devotee. But Prabhupada had so many disciples. Narottam Thakur also. So many disciples. The thing is, they are all serving Krishna in a way that Krishna wants from them. Yesterday also we heard the biography of Srimati Jayashri Goswamini. I got her Harikatha on Vyas Puja yesterday. Today I heard it in Bangla. Mostly I could understand. Only one point I could not understand, and I inquired from that Prabhuji what was the point. So she was telling the Guru Tattva from scripture, how it is indispensable to take shelter of Guru. Guru is Sevak Bhagavan, one who serves Bhagavan as an object of service. So without his grace, we cannot get the service of Bhagavan. And he appears in this world to bless these jivas, to turn them towards Krishna. And without Guru, everything will be fruitless, because like she gave this example, there is a doctor and there is a patient. So doctor knows what is the disease and what is the medicine. So he can be benefited by taking that treatment, medicine, but disciple should not, or patient should not tell to Gurudev how he should treat him. No. He must receive treatment from Guru or from doctor. He knows. And she said, it is actually very difficult job, this, very difficult work. Because jivas, they are so much attached and so many other desires, they don't want to serve Bhagavan. So it is very difficult to turn even one soul towards the service of Bhagavan. Very difficult. But they are doing this because if they bring one, then Supreme Lord will be happy. This is their service to Supreme Lord. Like our Parangurudev also explained on that day I told on Guru Purnima, they are not like making disciples or thinking I'm Guru and all in the worldly sense. No. Their target is to satisfy Krishna, to bring those jivas or to turn them towards the service of Krishna and to help them, then Krishna will be happy. So this is their work. And she said that I am not qualified, I am fallen soul, but because it is my Guru's order, I accepted this seat of Acharya or Guru to obey his order and to serve Krishna. In this way she was telling, and many points. And at the end also she gave blessing to all, that may your devotion to Krishna be awakened, Jagrata, that is awakened, because it is dormant now. In Jiva, they have this, it is dormant, it should be awakened by awakened soul, and that your devotion should increase. And also she said, in all situations of your life, good or bad, or any circumstance, never stop chanting Harinam. Through everything you have to go with chanting of Harinam. Don't give up this chanting Harinam. And she also was telling about one seva they are doing. And like this Guru Tattva, nicely she explained, but that one point I could not understand. I can tell you when I will know. So here we see Narottam Thakur accepted this service because Gurudev ordered him. You should go and you should preach, you should rescue those jivas from Maya and bring them to Krishna. So he made this. But his service was not like that. Lokanath Goswami, he was doing bhajan and blessing, and through Narottam he is preaching all over the world. Like Gorkishore Das Babaji also through Prabhupada he is preaching. So what seva is given to us, that we have to accept. And we should not judge by external, how many disciples, how many temples, how many books, how many, all this, no. It depends what Krishna wants from whom and how much he is dedicated. Yes, Guru Mata also told that Guru Puja, we are offering flowers and speaking like this, but actual Guru Puja will be when we will offer our Kaya Manobhakya, offer our body, mind and words, we will offer, submit to the lotus feet of Guru, to be engaged in the service of Krishna when we surrender to him. In this way, Guru Puja will be made. So, Lokanath Goswami left this world somewhere around 1588 or 9, our counting, on the 8th day of the dark moon in the month of Ashar. His Samadhi tomb is found in the Radha Gokulananda temple in Vrindavan. His beloved Radha Binoditi continues to be served in that same temple. So I am remembering this temple. We go there in Parikrama, Radha Gokulananda, one of the 7 most important. There, Srila Lokanath Goswami's Samadhi Mandir is before you enter that temple. So I am bowing down to him and praying that he should forgive all offenses which knowingly, unknowingly I committed, and to bless with his service and the service of his object of worship, Radha Binod Jiv. In Radha Gokulananda temple, there are 7 prominent: Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda, Radha Gopinath, Radha Damodar, Radha Sham Sundar, Radha Raman, and Radha Gokulananda. That is in Vrindavan. So yesterday also Revati, she's not here, but she will hear recording. She was asking me this question, just I will open. Can you please explain how to reconcile what Mahaprabhu said about sannyasi should not associate with women? We have seen on many occasions Matajis, means ladies, serving their Gurudev, like Krishna Moy Didi with Srila Sridhar Maharaj, Jamuna Mataji with Srila Prabhupada. Like this. Yesterday I gave brief reply. So the thing is, Mahaprabhu, when there was Ratha Yatra, he told, I'm not brahmachari, sannyasi, household, and kshatriya, vaishya. No. I am servant of the servant of the servant of Gopinath. That is our real identity. When one is a conditioned soul and he is in this material body, then according to his past karma, he will have certain qualities and tendency of work by nature acquired. If in Satyaguna, then he will be Brahmin. If Rajaguna, he will be Kshatriya. Rajaguna mixed with Tamaguna will be Vaishya. And Tamagun Shudra. These 4 divisions. And according to their stage of life, Brahmachari, unmarried, celibate, then Grihastha married, then Vanaprastha retired, and sannyas, fully renounced. So, for conditioned souls, to follow this Varna Ashram Dharma according to their tendencies is first step in being regulated by the will of Supreme Lord through Shastra. So this is beneficial to follow all the rules. So each this Varna and each this ashram has certain rules and regulations so that they can progress. So for sannyasi, who is now, he is practicing renunciation, for him, he should not associate with opposite sex and also with materialistic persons, because that will be detrimental for his progress. This is Varna Ashram system. But devotional practice is of different category. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, following that Varna Ashram Dharma is external. To do karma according to your material nature. And even he said, even when you offer the results of those karma, it is better, but still it is external. And even when he proposed Gyan, that Raya Ramananda, he also said this is also external. Karma tyak, when one does not follow these rules and regulations of Varna Ashram Dharma, he gives up because he has no, that false ego, I am of this world. So he's practicing Gyan, spiritual identity, and even Jnana Mishra Bhakti, together with devotion, Gyan, he rejected Mahaprabhu as external, not as ultimate goal. So then, when Raya Ramananda said Jnana Prayasamudapassanvanteva Sanmukarita, when he said, when one totally gives up all Gyan and fully surrenders to Supreme Lord by hearing Harikatha about him from realized soul in any situation he may be, with firm faith, and regulates his life according to that Harikatha, means he will be engaged in direct service of Krishna under the guidance of that sadhu, then he can conquer Supreme Lord by that devotion. Otherwise, Supreme Lord cannot be conquered, realized one over. So that is separate thing. And Mahaprabhu gave this blessing to give this opportunity to all by sending so many sadhus in this world from whom we can hear about Krishna and can start serving Krishna even without going through all those gradual procedures before. So in Jaiva Dharma also this point is made very clear, what is Varna Ashram Dharma and what is pure devotional practice. So in pure devotional practice, there is no any identity like Brahmana, Kshatriya, all this. This is not considered here, but you are eternal servant of Krishna, you should serve him. But we are living in this world, so we have to maintain our life and live this life in this world in a way that will be favorable for devotion. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained, those who are not liberated devotees who are staying in this world, maybe siddhas or sadhakas of pure devotion, but they are staying in this world. So they will also follow this Varna Ashram system as much as practically favorable for devotion to Krishna. But those rules which are not favorable, they will reject. Their target, ultimate target is devotion, service to Krishna. So they are not strictly following all those rules which are prescribed to gradually progress in Varna Ashram Dharma system. That will purify your heart so you can gradually come to Gyan and further. But devotees, those who have accepted eternal servitude of Krishna, they are following only what is favorable for their bhajan and what is not favorable. So these are two platforms. Varnashram Dharma, they have to strictly follow that, because now their real self is not awakened. But devotees, their real self is awakened. So for them, prime rule is to always remember Krishna, never to forget him. All other rules and all this, they are subservient to this thing. It means they should bring about remembrance of Krishna and not to forget him. So Mahaprabhu took sannyas because, you know, they were not having respect towards him. So he made a trick like, I will take sannyas, then they will have to respect me. So then I can rescue them. And after Mahaprabhu, there was no sannyas in Gauriya line, in his line. Only Babaji, like renounced Goswamis and those who are household devotees, they are doing bhajan at home. It was again Prabhupada who started this sannyas system as a middle way, not like fully Babaji Goswami and not in house, but in between. And also because many Babajis, they were not qualified, and they took that Babaji Besh for getting food, for begging, and also doing some immoral activities. So Babaji, generally it was very like not respected in society because so much cheating going on in the name. So Prabhupada took sannyas to prove the transcendental character of his Gurudev, Babaji. Gorkishore Das Babaji is a pure. So I will be regulated by Varnashram Dharma as a sannyasi, just to show, and that others should not imitate if they are not on that level. But even Prabhupada, he did not fully strictly follow the Varna Ashram rules for sannyas according to scripture. Like, for example, he was wearing shoes and he was riding a motor car in Vrindavan. Sannyasi should walk and sannyasi should not wear any shoes. But why he's doing? And electricity and so many things. Why? Because it was favorable for his service to Krishna. And he also told to Bon Maharaj, you should wear coat, you should wear shoes, because otherwise they will not respect. So their target is always about service of Krishna, not any other thing. So we also see in the example of Mahaprabhu, I told yesterday, during Ratha Yatra, no, before that already, King wanted to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Mahaprabhu wanted to give teaching to others that sannyasi should not meet or intimately associate with a materialistic person like a king, because that will disturb his spiritual progress. Materialist is trying to enjoy this world as much as possible, and sannyasi is trying to renounce this world. So it is not recommended, and he refused. But he knew in his heart that king is a devotee. So he blessed him in a roundabout way. We heard that time how he blessed him, he embraced him and everything, and also later on. So Mahaprabhu was following one thing to give teaching to other, like public, general public, those who are not qualified for devotion, but they should get this teaching that materialists should not. And also because sannyasi is a guru of society, everyone seeing him, he should fear public opinion, because others will follow him and they will also criticize if something wrong and like this. So he has to take care of that. So secretly he blessed that king in the garden, and king also took down his king dress and came as a Vaishnava with dhoti and a chadar very humbly. And in this way And so we have to understand there is a different devotional platform and Varna Ashram platform, and where Mahaprabhu and why he observed like this. Also, when as a sannyasi should not eat much, very little. So, but Mahaprabhu was not out of greed eating so much, but because devotees offered him, so he was eating. But Ramchandra Puri, he criticized Mahaprabhu. He's a sannyasi. How he can eat so much and sweets and like this? So Mahaprabhu then started to follow rules for sannyas very strictly. He reduced his eating to 1/4, and devotees, they were unhappy. But he followed that. Why? Because he was criticized. But when Ramchandra Puri left, then again Mahaprabhu did as before. Mahaprabhu never has any greed to eat. He is only accepting the offering of devotees. So that is devotional platform. And also sannyasi should not meet his former relatives. But Mahaprabhu met his mother and bowed down to her and asking her advice and everything. So we have to understand these two platforms. One is devotional, one is Varna Ashram. And also that other people may not misunderstand. But now we see one time when there was a big crowd in Jagannath temple and Mahaprabhu was taking darshan. We will come in Chaitanya Charitamrita up to this. That there was a big crowd and one lady, she started to climb on Mahaprabhu. So much eager to get darshan of Jagannath that she did not see who is who or anything. She climbed on his shoulder and everything to get vision, darshan of Jagannath, and all these sevaks of Mahaprabhu, they tried to remove her. She was a lady, woman. But Mahaprabhu stopped them. No, don't disturb her. Let her take darshan. Why Mahaprabhu said, although he was a sannyasi and woman touching him? Because he saw she's not having any lust for me. She's so much eager to have darshan with devotion of Jagannath. So there is no problem here. It is good. So in this way Mahaprabhu also showed. And with the king we saw. And also Mahaprabhu told Raya Ramananda, when he was dressing those young girls and bathing them, he was touching their private parts, everything, seeing, touching, everything, bathing. Because he was training them for their service to Jagannath. They will dance, and he dressed them and taught them how to sing and everything. So that Pradyumna Mishra had some doubt. But Mahaprabhu told him, don't have any doubt. I am a sannyasi. I think I am renounced. But even if I hear a name of a woman, my body and mind, they get some reaction. But not Raya Ramananda. Mahaprabhu teaching by example, not Raya Ramananda. He's fully transcendental, pure spiritual platform. He's seeing them as a maidservants of Krishna and himself also as a maidservant of Krishna. So he's teaching them in that mood, in that bhav. But only he can do this. Means one who is on that platform, for him, he will see everything in devotional service. There will be no lust, no enjoyment, no nothing. So it is not that like everyone can do anything. No, must be qualification. So, and it is not only that sannyasi should not associate with women, it is for household devotees also. It is not that now I'm married, now I have license to do anything I like. It is not like that. Even in Varna Ashram Dharma, and also in the 4 rules, regulations, no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling, no illicit sex. There it is written by Prabhupada. It does not mean only outside of marriage. It means also if someone is overly attached to his wife or husband, thinking he's mine and for my enjoyment, not seeing in relation to Krishna, that is also considered as illicit sex connection. So everything depends on this proper. So one time, one devotee asked our Gurudev, he's a sannyasi, and he asked Gurudev this question: is it advisable for a sannyasi to take help from lady devotees in setting up and running the mat? What are the rules for dealing with women by a sannyasi in his preaching activity? Now we are speaking about devotional platform. So Gurudev explained, we cannot avoid seeing women. That is impossible. But we should be very careful of our motive while dealing with them. Everything depends upon how we look at them. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said that is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we read that verse. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed his extreme regret by saying, a bona fide sannyasi who has taken up to cross over the ocean of birth and death and the miseries of this world by fully dedicating himself to the service of the Lord should avoid the vision with mundane interest and enjoying spirit of a person attached to riches, that is materialistic person. Mahaprabhu told for that king that he should not see him, and a woman. So Gurudev here explained, this sort of unholy vision is more condemnable than directly consuming the poison. So externally we cannot avoid. You are going here, you are going to market, everywhere woman may be there. And Guru also has female disciples, it will always be there. But the motive behind interest, if there is enjoying spirit, that is wrong. So this should not be there. Like in Araya Ramananda, he was householder, but Mahaprabhu showed he has no any enjoying spirit, no lust. His target is only to serve Krishna. And Mahaprabhu also saw in that lady, she was climbing. Her target is only to satisfy Krishna. So Mahaprabhu did not object. And so everything depends on this thing. What is the target? So you are... so then Gurudev also told further, the female devotees can come to the mat, participate in the devotional functions, and even help in running the mat. However, staying in the mat as a permanent resident, especially at night, should be avoided. That is according to Indian system, and also others will criticize if they see there is some lady living in monastery like this. But you know, Srila A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj had to make some adjustment in Western countries, so he also allowed like this, but his target was not that they will mix with lust, but they should cooperatively serve Krishna. That was his target. So it has to be adjusted. What is favorable for devotion should be accepted. What is unfavorable for devotion should be rejected. That is the main target. And everything is adjusted according to this principle in different circumstances. So you mentioned concretely here about Krishna Moyi Didi serving Srila Sridhar Maharaj. Before she joined the mat, she already renounced family and everything, and she was already very pure devotee. She was rescuing other souls and everything. So she was not ordinary lady, and she was helping in running the mat. So Sridhar Maharaj saw she got such disciple, he got such disciple, he got such sadhaka, and she's qualified for so many services, so he used in the service of Krishna without any lust on his part, and also on her part there was no any lust, so it is no any fault. Others may see it in a different way because they don't understand, but what to do in this circumstance? She was used like this. She was also cooking and like this. So there is no lust. Also, Srila A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj is a pure devotee. There is no lust in him, only desire to serve Krishna. So according to his circumstance, I don't know exactly with this Jamuna, but I'm sure that he made this, he gave the scope of this service to her because Krishna inspired him for this. Maybe she had such qualities, or according to instructions, I don't know all the details, but we cannot consider this as any fault, or as a woman associating with a sannyasi in a way that is really prohibited in Shastra, through enjoying spirit, that they should not do. But when there is proper target, then it is okay. But in certain circumstances, they may not. Like our Gurudev also, one time, he was in one preaching tour with one in one university, and the daughter of that dean, when Gurudev was going out after the Harikatha, and some brahmacharis were with him. So that daughter of that dean, she was feeling little position, and she saw all are touching the feet of Gurudev. So she also came to touch the feet of Gurudev, but Gurudev moved those feet. And she became disturbed. Then she asked him in the room, why you removed? You are a sadhu. You should be equal to all. Others, they could touch your feet. Why not me? Then Guru said, if you touch my feet, nothing will happen with me. Nothing. But you see all these brahmacharis, if I do this, they will also imitate. They will think, Gurudev allowing, so we can also allow ladies touching us. He said, nothing will happen to me. But if they will imitate, they will fall down because they are not in that level. So there should be some restriction. So in the case of Sai Maharaj, in the case of Shridhar Maharaj, there is no problem. In the case of our Gurudev, no. So they are also following by example, that they are not doing this so that others will imitate. And our Gurudev also was very strict not to touch ladies on their head and like this. So everything depends on circumstance and proper adjustment according to that, with the target to serve Krishna and devotees. It is not only about sannyasis, like people will look what they are doing and like all. It happened to me also. I was in Mayapur in 2012, and my god sister, Indian, she was asking me, or we were speaking some Harikatha, she was asking. So in Mayapur, you know, that time it was more mosquitoes, evening time. So we were walking and speaking like up and down in the mat and there Radhakund, like so that mosquitoes will not bite. That was the target. And also we were speaking Harikatha, no any other thing. But our another god brothers, they start to speak. They are behaving like they're married. They're like a couple. They start to speak. I heard from someone, and they were speaking. Then I asked, I was not disturbed because I know I had no any bad intention or any motive, and Krishna knows everything. But still there was some like disturbance. So I asked our Srila Brihad Bharati Maharaj, that time he was there, he told that we have to be careful about public, what they're thinking. He said, one sadhu may stand in front of tea shop, not because he wants to drink tea, but he's standing there for some reason. But anyway, people will start to speak. You see, he's a sadhu, he's there, he's not following rules and regular like this, because people, they don't understand. So he said, you have to be careful as much as possible, so that others will not get wrong impression. He said, although sadhu has no desire to drink tea, he can stand there, no problem, but still he should be careful what other people will think, so he should not stand there. So he said also, you try to be careful, because if people will speak and all, then it may disturb your bhajan, and also for them it is not good. So it is according to circumstance how it should be done, for the satisfaction of Krishna. I hope this answered your question. If anything more, anything came up, you can again further ask, no problem, I can reply. So today, Lokanath Goswami's Disapperance Day, and they are real devotees, and I'm praying his causeless mercy. Hare Krishna.